When our ancestors first decided to journey away from home, it was a difficult decision. Some would think the promise of a better life would be an easy decision, but our people, the mestizo, knew that it was the most difficult decision any of us would have to make. Family was everything, and it was always a very large family. To leave meant leaving a part of yourself behind. Once here, they set up camp close to the border in Texas. An abuelo went out in search of work, while abuela did what she could to make a home out of her new situation. She was expecting at the time. Any day now, she would tell my abuelo. She knew it was her duty to continue the bloodline and provide children for her family name. But more so, she knew it was a blessing and was overjoyed that God had seen her worthy, and she thanked the Virgin Mary and Saint Ramon every day. This would be one of many children she hoped. She did all of the traditions her mama and abuela had taught her. She wore metal to ward off deformities and a la faja above her abdomen to stop the baby from rising upward. She ate acidic foods when they were available to avoid getting varicose veins, as well as the prescribed diet a pregnant woman traditionally eats, such as chocolate and pork, melon, tomato, and beans. She always said she enjoyed her beans the most during pregnancy because she knew once breastfeeding, they were no longer permitted as part of the diet. Once her little bambino was born, she knew she would be looked at as the center of the family and she would have great responsibility. When it was time for my mama to come into this world, my great abuela was ready. She had practiced as a midwife in the old village for many years. She had prepared abuela with abdominal massages, special herbs, and she had everything she needed for the umbilical binding. Fast forward and you will see the first generation of Mexican-American culture in my family, my mama and papa. My mother still was influenced by Mexican tradition heavily. She of course used a midwife for all of her pregnancies, not a lot of prenatal care. I think she only visited the midwife 1 or 2 times during each 5 of her pregnancies. Not a lot has changed as far as traditions and family values being very important. Our cuisine is a little different. We love spice. Mama says she did not wear the La Faja belt during her pregnancy with me. As a matter of fact, I did some research, found out most Mexican-American women do not use it any longer. I myself have just finished my quinceañera, and I know I want children in the future. Not as much as Albuena, she had 9. We still don't really believe in spacing out our children, that is God's will. But we do let economics play a role in our decision on how many children we will have. It's not just me. A lot of Mexican Americans differ from our ancestors in that way. All of my cousins agree with me. We will use birth control after God has blessed us with the children we feel that we can support. The birth control pill is most likely what I will use. I, like my mother, would like to stay home with my children. A lot of people believe it is because our husband does not look at us like an equal, but it is much more complicated. Family is very important, and we do what needs to be done to make sure each parent is involved in the future generation of our family. We still have a lot of family help. My abuelo and papa send money home still to the family they left behind. I have not told anyone, but if my husband decided not to do that, although I would feel guilty, I would also understand. I love my family, but is it not okay for us to use the money to go to college instead of sending every dime left over to Mexico? So many of my older cousins talk about how they will continue education even after high school, even my female cousins. Of course, the older generation does not understand because some left school at 8th grade. They worry we are becoming too American. That is why they make it mandatory we all stay loyal to our language and use it whenever we are with family. I guess you could say we've changed a lot in some ways, but we still differ quite a bit from our American counterparts. As a matter of fact, when asked, a lot of my family will choose Mexican over American when asked what they identify with. I know one thing our subculture still holds strongly onto that does differ from other Americans, and that is family bonding, cuisine, and even a strong faith in our Catholic religion.